Welcome back, guys, to Triangle Strategy, where last episode our clash with Sycras continued as our enemies of circumstance gathered up at our front line, allowing Frederica to bombard them with fire that dispatched the majority before Svarog could even join the battle. We then proceeded to rout the remainder, including laying Sycras himself low, as we now witness the aftermath of the engagement.
Sycras, some unfortunate news has just come to my attention. It appears the soldier over there was illegally selling our fortress's resources. He might be the man you were looking for. Take him with you for questioning.
What do you expect me to glean from a corpse?
More than you think. Dragan has taught me plenty. This transgression was born of my negligence. Give the Archduke my sincerest apologies. Understood, Sycras?
Yes, sir.
Let us ensure that such misdeeds do not happen again.
I mean, at least you took it well. Ish. Great success! Got another character story for that. Frederica is an important matter to discuss with Gila. Well, we got a promotion, so we should probably check that out as well. You know I love my promotions. I don't know who to give it to. Oh, we got 100 kudos as well. Should I hold on to that until the next chapter begins, maybe? Just in case, like, something appears. Oh, no, that's about to be promoted. Because, like, I go for Fleetfoot next, obviously. But just in case we get, like, another quietus point available. So, promotion available. Roland, Chouette, Gila. Who do we promote? And from a physician to a curist. So that gets heals and ally status element, which we actually do somewhat need right now. And then there's obviously a bigger heal. Nicely done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We get initial TP plus. And we get him up to his 4th TP. And he will get an ability that allows an ally to use actions twice on their next turn. Oh, okay. Roland gets Flash of Steel, deal physical damage to any enemies in straight line of 5 squares. So that's just better rush. But you don't move. You don't move and you do a big... That's what we'll call it. So yeah. Chouette would get 2 range for the first normal attack, and then focus, which is an accuracy buff. So I feel like Chouette's the least important. Icy Tomb can be got for Corentin. Ice type damage to all enemies standing on icy squares within range, and then freeze the target squares. And Shield of Ice would show up too in level 18. I mean, it's between Roland and Benedict, I would say. As Owlclaw gives that up. Thank you very much. So Gila would be nice to get heal what ails you as well. But I guess we got pellets for that. And you'd rather have Gila cast a heal than a status removal. I'm wondering if it might just be a better idea to do it with Benedict. Because he gets 2 abilities, one of which is... So it's like now, really. Isn't now more useful? Because they take a turn, then you can like manipulate the turn order a little bit. Maybe 2 full turn, just being able to bonk out serious damage or bonk out healing. Or... That's a lot of questions, isn't it? I mean, he also does look very fancy with the hat and the mask on. With the extra coat and all that. Roland gets shunned again. I'm going to use it on Benedict.
Never
sorted.
Stop learning.
He doesn't. He gets 2 abilities, initial TP plus and 2-fold turn. So I'm assuming initial TP plus isn't exactly that great, really. Remain calm's at level 20. But at this point he has 4 TP, which means he can use a little bit more. And we get initial TP plus, so I guess he starts with +1, because they start at like half TP, don't they? So if they're at 2, they start with 2, so he'll start with 3 and he'll go to 4. So I'll be able to use like 2-fold turn on the first go. And have a TP if we want to just get bulwark rolling. Could be useful. There's just a lot of... There's stuff to play around regarding that. We got to work it out. But I would love to buy another Medal of Bravery. Or anything. When it comes to here, you know what I mean? So someone can get a weapon upgrade as well. So Hossabara or Izana. I think out of the 2, I'd rather pick Izana. Sorry, Hoss, but not really worked you out all that well, to be perfectly fair. Whereas Izana makes more sense because she just casts good. You know what I mean? It's not hard to use a spellcaster. So Izana has options to increase magical attack, decreases TP cost of Rite of Rain, decreases TP cost of Rite of Tempest. So her weather effect's changing things. It's also physical defense. I guess that's kind of yeah. Can I go back? Just saying. Can I have a redo? Well, she got a new weapon design. I'm sure there's a quick save. Business has fallen to a trickle. No, nothing new there. So let's check out another character story, shall we? Because we've got so many to do. Frederica has an important matter to discuss with Gila at this time.
Lord Serenoa never ceases to amaze me. Despite all the hours he dedicates to his duties, he looks none the worse for wear.
Even so, I am certain it takes its toll on him. He wants to set an example for his people and those who serve him, and wishes not to worry them over his condition. Excuse me, Serenoa, but is there anything I could do to help?
Frederica, my apologies for the delay. The citizen's petition will require a bit more time, so why don't you and Gila return home ahead of me?
I see, if you insist. But please do not push yourself too hard, Serenoa.
I shan't. Thank you, Frederica.
Of course.
Is something the matter? It's rare of you to sigh like that.
Did I? Oh my.
It looks like something's troubling you. If you wish to talk about it, I am happy to lend an ear.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I sometimes wonder if I can go on like this.
Are things not going well with Lord Serenoa?
No! Serenoa is as kind and gentle as ever. It is my own self I have doubts about. I cannot help but wonder if I am truly of any use to him.
Since Lord Serenoa is always working so hard, why not give him a tonic to boost his vitality? I purchased one from a merchant not long ago. It should chase all his fatigue away.
A good idea to be sure, but the fact remains it is not me myself that is serving him.
Then how about preparing a meal for him? Something nutritious to fill him with vim and vigor.
Me? Cook?
Yes, I'm certain he would be delighted by anything that you make.
But I've never cooked before. I doubt anything I make would suffice.
You won't know until you try. Besides, what matters isn't the result, but the feeling behind it. Use this cookbook. I'm sure you will find a recipe or two to your liking.
Thank you, Jila. Now then, which of these would Serenoa enjoy?
I guess we don't find out until the future. By the way, I'd just like to state it that no, what she said is not true. If someone goes to great effort to make food for you and it actually tastes like literal poo, I'm not gonna go, thank you, sorry. Even if it didn't taste like you weren't trying to make it taste like the poo, obviously. It's not gonna be a thanks. It's gonna be a suspect of poisoning or a prank or there's no way you can recover this. By the way, I haven't actually been checking to see if there's any side things, but usually there's like little green markers at the side. Yeah, our character stories, we got another one. We still got 4 to get through, but we'll get there slowly. By the way, I'm not redoing on the weapon. It's fine. I'm sure we'll get materials in time. It's not like I could put it on someone that I wanted to or like use regularly. So, with Svarog having driven Sycras' forces back, yes, Svarog did it. Saving House Wolffort, yeah, he saved House Wolffort. And divulged the reason behind his actions, sure. Tell me more.
Thank you for your help earlier.
Think nothing of it. We walk the same path now. And together, we shall bring down Gustadolf.
It seems we've managed to dispel any doubts you had in us.
I do not know what happened in the mines that day. But your words and Gustadolf's do not align. And I cannot bring myself to believe that Gustadolf did not have a hand in Dragan's death. He has always been willing to do whatever necessary to see his ambitions through.
Indeed.
We've investigated the spy's quarters. It appears he was working for Sycras.
And his forces are directly under the Archduke's command, meaning the man behind the curtain is without a doubt Gustadolf.
This may be yet another ploy to destroy me, just like my son's murder.
Lord Dragan was vital in our plans for peace.
Yet he did not bother to hide his ambition before Gustadolf. Perhaps he inherited that senseless pride from me, a child of a concubine. What a fool I am, bringing death upon my own son.
Uncle.
But no matter how I despair, my son will not return. So I must fulfill his wishes in his stead.
Agreed. I must defeat Gustadolf for my family.
I shall fight by your side. Take this as repayment for the cargo.
This is far too much, Lord Svarog.
The remainder is for your army. Use it when the time comes.
We cannot thank you enough.
Ooh, 10,000. Cheers.
These tough times are not over yet. We could not win against Gustadolf if we fought him now.
Indeed. But if we can learn about what he's plotting, we may stand a chance.
I will continue to be vigilant. May our houses grow ever stronger until then.
A treacherous soul is complete. And there we go. The obvious ally on our level. Might have an army more than we have, but you know, it's House Wolffort and all that. It just works. No agenda other than potential revenge. A common enemy. It works. This is the way we needed it to go. This was the obvious place to strike. Is that chapter 11 now, or have we got a chapter 10 part 3? We're about to find out.
Serenoa delivers the salt to Svarog, a powerful minister of Aesfrost who secretly wishes for Gustadolf's defeat. After learning of Roland's identity, Svarog swears to fight beside House Wolffort to bring down their common enemy. Gustadolf's power grows greater by the day, but House Wolffort is not idle in the meantime. They look to strengthen their own forces, slowly but surely. After seeing the illicit salt to Aesfrost, Serenoa makes haste to Hyzante. The Holy One has invited both them and Sorsley End to the palace.
Chapter 10, part 3. The voice that calls us. It's time for us to put our hands up and go, hey, we participated in a legal salt transfer.
Lord Serenoa Wolffort, we are pleased to have you in the capital.
Well met. Are you attendant to the Holy One?
I do have that honor, yes. I am afraid preparations for your audience are still underway. Pray wait a while longer.
Very well. There is no rush.
Your patience is appreciated. We shall find you once we are ready.
We should take this chance to see the city. We still do not know why we were summoned. Rumors, fickle as they may be, may help us steel ourselves for what is ahead.
Somehow, I doubt that the commoners are privy to the thoughts of the goddess.
Still, it would do us well to acquaint ourselves with her subjects. For the sake of our budding relationship with Hyzante, if nothing else.
I agree. Then shall we split up to cover the most ground?
I have a mind to visit the source.
As you wish. Once we have finished, let us return here to share what we have learned.
I wouldn't go there if I were her.
This country is quite pleasant, isn't it? Not a dour face in sight. Quite the opposite, in fact. To see their smiles, you would think that inequity, envy, and jealousy were things of fairy tales.
A well-governed populace is a happy populace. Or so they say.
Just an example we could learn from, methinks.
If I may speak plainly, I find it somewhat unsettling.
Unsettling? How so?
Smiles do not always show joy. Is it truly possible to sate the wishes of every woman and man?
Are you implying something nefarious is behind all this?
Not necessarily. However, I was taught that for every laugh, somewhere a tear is shed. This country was not built without its share of sacrifice. Of that, I am certain.
I understand your hesitation, Anna, but I think it is unfounded. A country who cares for its citizens is cared for in turn. It needn't be any more complex than that.
So, did you discover aught of value?
We did. The rumor on everyone's lips is that Minister Sorsley has brought House Wolffort to heel.
News travels faster than I would expect. That may very well be the reason for our audience.
If so, then the time may soon be upon us to decide if we are loyal to Hyzante or otherwise.
I will wander the city a little longer. I shall return soon.
Always pleased when Ella has an opinion.
It's as we feared, milady. None but Hyzantians can enter the source.
I see. I would have liked to see where my mother was raised, and where she spent her final days.
Her final days? She died here?
Many years ago. I know little else of the circumstances of her passing.
I thought she escaped this thrice-forsaken place.
She did. She fled during the chaos of a Rosellan uprising in the midst of the Saltiron War. It was then that she met my father, the former Archduke. And from their union, I was born, a daughter of Aesfrost.
Then how'd she... No. Was she captured?
In a way, yes. Aesfrost was forced to surrender her, or take responsibility for the war's outbreak. And then, well...
What a damned farce.
I was lonely and heartbroken, but the pendant she left me shone the way through my darkest days.
Can't tell you how sorry I am.
And dark days there were. Aesfrost was her home, but there were those who would not let her forget her ancestry. That she was able to ignore her detractors speaks to the strength of her character. That she excelled in her studies does even more so.
You flatter me, Gila.
I would never presume to do such a thing.
My lord, I kept your better half safe for you.
Thank you, Eridor. Did you learn aught of interest?
We did. It seems all members of the Saintly Seven have gathered at the palace.
All of them? Could that have something to do with us?
Perhaps, though it certainly bodes ill. In any case, it is clear that we are expected to honor the Hierophant's request for an audience.
Demand may be a better word to use.
Then perhaps we should return before the attendant comes to seek us out.
Ooh, other things are taking place in the world. I say other things. It's Sorsley End. It's probably a bit sore after. No, we did the job for him. We got the pay, didn't we? So I guess he hasn't got anything to complain about. Now I think about it. Tenebris and Sorsley speak of the latter sudden summons from the Hierophant. Okay then. She shouldn't have any issues, should she?
House Wolffort has not a single heroic deed to their name, yet the Hierophant grants them audience? As if they are worthy to stand by my side before the Holy One. What is the meaning of this?
Perhaps there is no need to take offense. Perhaps you are being honored. You did bring a formidable ally into the flock, after all.
That is a curious interpretation.
The others in the Order are breathless with jealousy at your achievement. They have spoke of naught else since the news arrived.
'Twas no great feat. The Wolfforts were lost, sniveling, begging for a hand to guide them. The others needn't know that, however.
Soon you will have the ear of the goddess. You will be the envy of Hyzante.
It is well past time for that decrepit Edor to relinquish his position.
The future belongs to House End.
At last. I shall see that you have a place in it, Tenebris.
What a gullible fool.
We're all friends when we have an evil laugh off together, right? It's like Tenebris starts laughing and then he's like, It's like, we're relating. I don't know. That just seemed a bit weird at that point in time. Thank you, Spicy Rice, for the Twitch Prime sub. And thank you for dropping by. Also, the YouTube channel. Caught up with Triangle Strategy? Well, we keep on moving forward with it. That's for certain at this point in time. To the Hierophant's Palace. I'll dodge a character story for now, I guess. Though, I feel like we should get another one in at this point, but still. We'll get some in the future. It'll be fine, right? Let's keep the story rolling.
I, Sorcery End, have brought Serenoa Wolffort to answer the summons of the Holy One.
Very good. Then let us begin forthwith. In the name of the Holy One and the Goddess, I shall begin her inquiry into the misappropriation of our nation's salt.
Huh? An inquiry?
Serenoa Wolffort shall be questioned first. Sorcery End stands accused of forsaking the goddess's blessing, of abusing his station to indulge his own insatiable appetites. You, Serenoa Wolffort, stand accused of aiding his plot, of sullying your own hands by transporting his ill-begotten wares.
I stand accused? On what grounds, Idor?
Minister Sorcery, I would advise you to temper your words in the presence of the Holy One.
You would dare chastise me? For generations, the goddess has entrusted House End with her salt, the lifeblood of our nation. I have treated my duty only with the utmost respect. Just hearing these outrageous charges makes my stomach churn.
Really? Then I shudder to imagine your condition whilst you penned these ledgers, delivered to us by one of the soldiers from the source.
Huh?
I thought the numbers were quite odd, and when I compared them to the ledger at headquarters, I quickly understood why. Forgive me, Minister Sorcery. Staying silent would have meant my death.
Your death? How swiftly your underlings betray you under the slightest pressure.
Now, if you are very well finished, let us continue. Lord Serenoa, did you aid Sorcery in these crimes? Answer with the understanding that falsehoods will be treated as affronts to the goddess's mercy and punished accordingly.
Yes, but only to gather evidence.
I understand. It is true. We helped Sorcery peddle his salt.
Serenoa, you cur!
On behalf of all Hyzante, I thank you for helping us excise this rot from our nation.
Be that as it may, the fact remains you bear some responsibility in allowing that rot to fester. Such misdeeds must be answered for.
You should have come to us immediately upon finding out his true nature. You had ample opportunity.
I admit the fault is ours, but it was not a judgment made lightly.
We had to act to protect our home and our people. It was the only way to prevent the loss of both.
Your plight has not fallen on deaf ears. However, a crime committed under duress is still a crime.
For that, I have no words. Only hope. Hope that you will find mercy for us. For my people, I beg of you, allow our house to enter the protection of the Holy One.
You love your subjects deeply, that is plain to see. Very well. I shall state your case to the Holy One on your behalf. Serenoa Wolffort, heed well the words of the Holy One. Your house safeguards the very heart of Norzelia, and the Wolffort name is known near and far for its fierceness in upholding its duty. The Holy One believes it would be a great loss if your home were to fall victim to Aesfrost's ambition. The Saintly Seven has just recently bid farewell to one of its members. His position would be yours if you would take it.
My lord, this...
However, there is the matter of the Roselle that dwell within your borders. The Holy One would see them returned to the flock where they belong. Their home is in the Source, our Holy Land. They are descendants of criminals and worse. Their lot is to offer themselves to the goddess so that the sins of their forebears may be cleansed. The Holy One would see all Roselle serve her in penitence, such is her will.
You would have us betray the Roselle under our protection?
Such mortal judgments are not her concern. The goddess has spoken.